Did you know that the very first person to make a video on YouTube speculating about who Rey's parents are, this guy right here, and that's a true story. Now with The Last Jedi coming right up, let's speculate some more. With the most recent season of South Park now wrapped up, it is time to shift focus to the other topic that anybody has ever watched one of my YouTube videos for, and that is Star Wars. And with The Last Jedi just days away at this point, it's time to make some last-minute predictions that are probably most definitely going to be wrong. Now, I have to say, the purpose of this video isn't to be right about these predictions, but more just to have fun and come back in a few days to see just how freaking wrong I was. So with that said, these are 7 predictions about Star Wars The Last Jedi that'll probably turn out to be totally wrong. And real quick, just before we begin, it's important to know that ever since the official trailer came out back in October, I have avoided pretty much everything like the plague. No spoilers, no Reddit threads, I have browser extensions like crazy to block pretty much everything Star Wars related, so I am going in totally blind, and so if any of these are like popular theories or anything, I had no idea. Prediction number 1. At the beginning of the Last Jedi trailer, we hear the voice of Supreme Leader Snoke saying, "When I found you, I saw raw, untamed power, and beyond that, something truly special." Now, the implication in the trailer is that he's talking about Ben Solo or Kylo Ren. But first off, I don't think that whole phrase is one continuous phrase that Snoke utters in the movie. It seems like several different voice clips that are taken from different parts, spliced together to make it sound like something that it isn't. So I think first and foremost, that's something that's going on. However, I do think that the bulk of those voice clips are related to Rey, not Kylo Ren. So the official prediction, Snoke already knows who Rey is. And maybe as a little bit of an add-on to that prediction, Snoke referring to her as being something truly special sort of implies that as far as his right-hand man, or woman, he wants Rey to take the place of Kylo Ren. He already doubts Kylo Ren's ability to suppress the light that's always pulling on him. But maybe he sees Rey as something a little bit more moldable, and again, something truly special, much like how Palpatine was trying to replace Vader with Luke. Rather than have an old and broken Vader, you can have his son, who's still got a body intact, minus one hand, but you know, you get the point. Prediction number 2, sticking with the trailer at the very end of it when we see Kylo Ren reach out his hand as if to be offering it in assistance to somebody. The implication in the trailer is that he's reaching out to Rey to team up with Rey. I say nay. He's reaching out to either Luke or Finn. 2 people that obviously should hate Kylo Ren, but in this instance, it's like, hey man, we gotta stick together on this or we're all screwed. And as another little bonus prediction attached to that one, I'm gonna say it's one of the very last scenes of the movie, particularly the last one that we see Kylo Ren and whichever character it is that he's reaching out to. Prediction number 3, sticking with the trailer still, the line about Rey saying, "I need somebody to show me my place in all of this," it's implied that she's saying that to Luke, but again, I say nay. She's talking to somebody's Force ghost, whether it be Yoda, Obi-Wan, maybe Qui-Gon Jinn. I don't know why he would be brought back into things in this case, but she's talking to somebody's Force ghost, not Luke. Again, these are bold predictions. Prediction number 4 involves the Porgs. They are going to somehow react to Rey's natural Force energy that's sort of radiating off of her. Luke is going to be resistant to everything involving Rey early on, and then seeing how the Porgs, sort of the natives of this island where the first Jedi temple was, where the Force is obviously very strong, these animals are going to react to her in some way that intrigues Luke, that somehow sways Luke a little bit to be a little bit more open to working with Rey moving forward. Number 5, Finn and Rey are going to have some kind of major disagreement / falling out in The Last Jedi. Probably due to the idea that Finn at this point is probably all in with fighting for the Resistance. He wants to take down the First Order, whereas Rey doesn't really know her place in things and maybe isn't totally committed to fighting on one side and not really sure where she belongs. Finn can't imagine why she wouldn't want to fight with him and for good, and it just leads to some kind of falling out. And if Rey does end up with any kind of dark side turning in The Last Jedi, it's gonna be largely because of this. Prediction number 6, the character DJ, played by Benicio del Toro, who at this point going into the movie, we pretty much know nothing about. He's gonna meet up with some characters somewhere along the way, and we're not gonna really know what his motives are, but the characters are gonna sort of trust him because they have no reason not to. Everything's gonna be all hunky-dory, but then they meet up with Maz Kanata. who does know who he is and doesn't like him, and there's gonna be a definite moment of you mother. And finally, prediction number 7, Captain Phasma kills Leia Organa. Now, admittedly, this one seems to me like the least likely to actually happen, which with my luck means it'll probably be the only one that actually does happen. But some situation is going to come about where whatever ends up happening to Leia, whether it be her being killed or her being severely injured or somehow just missing, the person behind it all, pretty much the person that gives the order or executes whatever needs to be done, is going to be Captain Phasma. And maybe as one more little bonus prediction to attach to this one, by film's end, Captain Phasma isn't going to have friends on any side. She's shown herself to be, one, ruthless and not ashamed about killing people, both at the beginning of The Force Awakens at the Jakku village, and in the Captain Phasma comic, where she's pretty much like, yeah, let all these people die for my own self-serving interests. She's going to do this, but it's going to end up backfiring on her because she's going to leave somebody else in power out to dry. I'm going to guess General Hux in that case, and she's going to end up with no friends to deal with and kind of going rogue and becoming a problem for everybody. Anyway, that is it for my 7 predictions about Star Wars The Last Jedi that almost certainly will not come true. If you enjoyed any of these predictions or have any crazy predictions of your own, make sure to tell me about it in the comments below. However, just know that I won't be reading or responding to any comments on this video till after I've seen the movie on Friday. That is how hardcore I am in spoiler lockdown mode. And I probably wouldn't even be able to see the comment because of the browser extensions that I've got going for me anyway, but I will get to them on Friday. I will hit those comments up after I've seen the movie on Friday, so make sure you leave them there. I will get to them. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you click the like button. You know I always appreciate that. If you want to stay up to speed with all the Star Wars stuff I'm going to be talking about in the coming days and weeks, make sure you subscribe, because really Star Wars stuff in a lot of ways is what this channel was built upon. But above all else, everybody, thank you so much for watching.